Hello, Algebra 2 folks, and welcome to Unit 8. We're going to talk about rational expressions and equations this chapter. So today we're going to start off by simplifying rational expressions. You need your notes, a pen or a pencil, and a calculator. So first and foremost, you need to write this page down. You actually need to write every page down except for one. So this is the one of them that you need to write down. So you need to know what a rational expression is. A rational expression is a fraction, but it's not just a fraction with numbers, it's a fraction with numbers and variables and terms and polynomials. To simplify them, you will need to understand how to simplify fractions. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to simplify a fraction. Then you need to be able to cancel things correctly. That's really important. And you need to know how to factor. Remember all the ways of factoring that we talked about. Greatest common factoring, difference of two squares, difference in sum of two cubes, grouping, the AC method. All of those are types of factorings that you need to know how to do. So how can we simplify correctly? All right, we have two fractions here. They're the same fractions. And I'm going to talk to you about what's incorrect and what's correct. So let's first talk about what would be incorrect. Well, would you agree that 7 plus 3 is 10? I hope so. And would you agree that 9 plus 3 is 12? Again, I hope so. Now, this is what a lot of people think. Oh, here we go. I can just take the 3's, cancel them out, and get 7/9. Does 10/12 really simplify to 7/9? No. Okay? The reason why we can't cancel these factors is because we have plus signs here. The opposite of division is a multiplication, not addition. So you need to have multiplication signs between these things before they can be canceled or simplified. So this is the wrong way. Now the correct happy way. What are two factors of 10? Two factors of 10. 2 and 5. Okay? 2 times 5. Factors of 12. 2 times 2 times 3. Prime factorizations. Okay? 2 divided by 2, what happens? Yep, they cancel. Okay? So I have factors here because my things are being multiplied. Now I can cancel them, and it's correct to say that 10/12 is really 5/6. So you cannot cancel things that are being added. You can only cancel things that are being multiplied. That's a really big idea. So do not cancel terms. You have to cancel factors. Terms, they have plus and minus signs between them. Factors, they all have a multiplication sign. Whichever way you want to write your multiplication sign, they either have a dot or a multiplication sign. And sometimes multiplication isn't there, so sometimes we have to put it there. All right. So one thing to always remember, every time you try to cancel terms, a bitty little bitty kitten dies. Therefore, always remember to always cancel factors, not terms. And I'm just kidding about the kitty. Hopefully the kitty doesn't die. All right, so let's simplify this fraction. First, you need to factor it. You cannot have terms. You have to have factors. So the greatest common factor between 40 and 20 would be 40x and 20 would be 20. 20 goes into 42 times with an x bringing down, and 20 divided by 20 would be 1. These two things are factors. Yes, this is a term inside a parenthesis, but the whole parenthesis is one factor all together. Okay? What about the bottom? I can take a 10 out. 10 divided by 10x is 1x. 30 divided by 10 is 3. Now these two factors, this is a whole factor, even though there's a term in between it. This is a whole factor. The only way that I could cancel it is if I had another factor just like it. But these aren't two of the same. So I can't cancel those two things. But I can cancel 20 and 10. 10 goes into 20 2 times. 2 times x plus 1 all over x plus 3, or 1x plus 3. That would be the answer. So I cannot cancel terms. I can only cancel factors. Next one. Factor it. That's why we keep factoring, okay? So what's in common between 2x squared and 8x? 2x. 2x squared divided by 2x would be 1x. 8x divided by 2x would be 4. All over, now remember, these are all being multiplied, so I'm going to write it again. 2 times x plus 4. All those things in top are being multiplied. Now, what are the factors of 12 and x? Prime factorization of 12 would be 2 times 2 times 3 times x. So 2 times 2 times 3 times x. Now, you can only cancel things that are the same. So, 2 divided by 2 cancels. This x cancels with that x. I'm left with x plus 4 over 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. That's my answer. Again, I am only canceling factors, not terms. Okay, let's try it again. Factor the top. What's in common between 2x squared and 10x? I think 2x. That gives me x plus 5. Factor the bottom. Oh, there's nothing in common. So it's not greatest common factoring. It has 3 terms. 3 terms is the AC method. 3 times 5, 15. 2 factors of 15, that makes 16. 1 and 15. Put them in your 4 squares. 3x squared plus 1x plus 15x plus 5. Greatest common factor would be 1x, 5, 3x, and 1. So the factors of the bottom are 3x plus 1 times x plus 5. Now, remember, if you don't see that time sign, those are all things being multiplied. Do I have any 2's that I can cancel out? Nope, because there's no multiple of 2 out here. Can I cancel this x with this x? No, if I did that, a kitty would die. All right, so there's no x to cancel with that guy. But here's an x plus 5 that looks just like this x plus 5. Are they both being multiplied? Yes. So I can say that cancels with that, and I'm left with 2 times x over 3x plus 1. Now, if you wanted to, you wouldn't have to put the 3x plus 1 in parentheses, but know that you can't cancel these x's, because now we have a plus sign there, okay? And this isn't being multiplied by anything. So please do not get cancel happy and start canceling things that you can't, so those kitties live and don't die. Okay, let's try another one. So I have x squared minus 49. This is 2 terms, and they're both perfect squares. So the difference of 2 squares, that'd be x plus 7 and x minus 7. Remember, the difference of 2 squares is They're both the same except for opposite in sign. Okay, the bottom one, I would do greatest common factoring first. That would be x squared minus 2x minus 35, because they all have a 2 in common. And now I would use the AC method. 1 times negative 35, negative 35. Two factors of negative 35 that give me negative 2 would be negative 7 and 5. Do your 4 squares. X squared minus 7x plus 5x minus 35. That'd be x, negative 7, and 5. So the bottom would be x minus 7 times x plus 5. Now these two up here are being multiplied too, remember? Because I factored them, and if I factored them, they have a multiplication sign between them. And this x plus 7 looks a lot like that x plus 7. And now the answer would be x plus 7 over x plus 5. Again, remember, this would not turn to 7 over 5 because these guys are terms now. We can't cancel those x's. Keep the kitties alive, people. All right, I believe that is the end. Thank you for taking good notes, and we will see you again to practice. Thank you.